Something just went through. Back online. Yeah, we're online. Okay. So you know, I'll still keep it here and I'll make it disappear. And you can disappear too. Okay. 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 Can we get a celebratory cracker in Twitch chat? To celebrate the fact we fixed it. I'm just gonna wait for the people to roll in. I think if I do this, right? We back. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the VOD and post in the VOD's chat to see if that helps. Okay. Okay. Crackers is a Twitch sub only, and I'm temporarily unemployed. That's fair. If I could make them like not. Unfortunately, there's no free emotes. Or there are free emotes, but they're full. I filled up the limited number. Is how it worked. Yeah, you can have free emotes, but I filled them up. And it wasn't one of them. Sorry. Just setting the short to go public now to link it. My new job was just postponed. I can't go broke over Fire Emblem. Well, I appreciate all of your support in past times. You know, if that makes it better. That makes you feel better. But also, you shouldn't need to go broke for YouTube stuff, you know? Right? Wait, are YouTube chats not coming through anymore? Is it time for the best boss of all? Yeah, now it's only Twitch chat. Oh, no, they're going. I just didn't see them. Okay, we're back. Ooh. Probably gonna be a short stream. I hit my head changing the furnace filter. And it's been a disability day, so. Of all the battles in the war so far, the contest for Fort Pinel is the fiercest to date. And this horrific clash of weapons and wills, the Crimean army emerges bloodied and exhausted, yet victorious. The prize of Fort Pinel is no small thing, but it is the promise of additional reinforcements from Gallia, and the large Begnion army encamped in Castle Dane that keeps the breath of hope alive in soldiers' hearts. There is one other pivotal piece in Dane's defense of the former Crimean capital, the severely undermanned Castle Natus. As the day's end draws near, Tabarin's small force of Hogs and Gallians cease their attacks and return to camp headquarters. Moment of fate. Well met. From the looks of things, the battle ended in our favor. We claimed victory, yet Dane had more troops than we expected, and it was a hard-fought battle. I lost to Tanya, also Astrid, but she doesn't matter, and Braum. I don't have the best news to report either. What is it? The day ended. As the day ended, we withdrew as planned, but as we were leaving, reinforcements began flooding in from the capital. That's a piece of ill news. The men that were originally guarding the castle were nothing special, but There was one who appeared mid-battle and crushed an entire unit by himself. He was so much stronger than the others. It was as if a wolf had appeared in a kennel of blind newborn pups. What did he look like? He was covered from tip to toe in black armor. It made him difficult to judge of his size, but I think he was bigger than me. If my intuition's right, he's the villain you've all been talking about. The Black Knight. He's at that castle. Ike MVP! Actually, genuinely surprising. Genuinely surprising. I see. That's all. By your leave, I will excuse myself. Commander, can I speak to you for a moment? What is it, Titania? I have something important to ask of you. I have something to ask of you. Alright, what is it? I want you to tell me about the night Commander Gray was killed. I understand that it's difficult for you. However, I need to know. I have to. Just tell it once, that's all I ask. If you can't, his death will be something I'll never be able to face. I feel I've done you a terrible disservice by not telling you earlier. It's just that there was a lot I've had to get clear my own mind. I know I've kept you waiting. So you'll tell me? Yeah, I think I can finally come to a point where I can face it. Alright, whenever you're ready. That night, I already told you everything up to where I was on the way in the forest, right? The head of the path, Father told me to go back to the fort, but I had a bad feeling, so I followed him anyway. When I entered the clearing, he and the Black Knight were already fighting. They seemed to be evenly matched at first. They exchanged a few more blows, and suddenly Father was sent flying. They spoke to each other for a moment, but I was so far away I couldn't hear what they said. Then the Black Knight threw a sword at my father's feet. I think he wanted Father to pick it up and use it. But Father didn't touch the sword. He just readied his axe again and charged. It was over in an instant. I couldn't believe my own eyes. They looked like they were embracing, just standing there, frozen. But I saw the Black Knight's blade. It was protruding from my father's back and shining in the moonlight. Oh, Grail! When the knight pulled the sword out, Father sagged backwards and fell. I ran and tried to catch him, but I couldn't hold him, and we both fell to the ground. The wound Father had taken was terrible, but at that point he was still alive. The Black Knight approached and said, "Give it to me." I had no idea what he was talking about. I do now, though. He'd been sent by King Ashnar to retrieve the medallion. Father told him he'd thrown the medallion away, but the knight didn't believe him. And then he tried to get Father to talk to him by threatening to kill me and missed. I was so angry I leapt up and attacked him, but I was useless. I didn't give up, though. I didn't care what happened to me, and I attacked again and again. Of all the stubbornness. If King Gallia hadn't been nearby, I probably would have died that night, too. After the Black Knight vanished, all I could think was that I didn't want Father to die. He was still alive. I thought if I get him back to the fort, we could save him. I clung to that false hope. Started walking towards the light of the fort. I just kept walking. Thank you, Ike. It must have been so hard for you. Titania. Commander Grail died on your back. His last moments must have been much harder than I had imagined. Thank you. I can finally move past my grief. Titania. Yes? There's something else I haven't told you about. I met him. I met the Black Knight again. What? We fought. You did well to keep your life. I'm not the same boy I was on that night. I've grown a lot. I've worked hard. Yet even so, I wasn't able to defeat him. There's nothing you can do about that. Not even Commander Gale could defeat him. You're not ready to... It's not that. It's not that my blade work wasn't good enough. Then what do you mean? Titania, it's his armor. It's impervious to damage. What? That's not possible. Even the strongest... He said the armor had been blessed by the goddess. He said only weapons that were also blessed could hurt him. Where are we supposed to get something like that? I have one here. That sword, where? The night after Father died, I went back to that clearing myself. I hope to find some clues that might help me hunt down the knight. The sword was still there. I brought it back with me, and I've been hiding it ever since. I wasn't thinking about using it. I believed if I just carried the sword with me, I'd meet the Black Knight again. And it worked. So this sword will work against him? It's supposed to. It was made to contest Alondite, which is the sword wielded by the Black Knight. Do you think you have a chance? I'll win. Alright, I won't stop you. Use that sword to avenge Commander Grell. But listen, Ike, you must promise me one thing. What is it? When you meet him, you'll exchange blows. If at the moment you don't feel you stand the chance, you must flee. There are times when running away is not the same as losing. You don't believe me, Titania? Of course I do. One day you'll defeat the Black Knight, I'm sure of it. That's why I don't want you to lose your life on the first go-round. When the time comes, I promise not to interfere, and I won't let anyone else interfere either. I want you to face him one-on-one, and I want you to be calm and use your best judgment. At times, withdrawing can be the key that unlocks a future victory. Don't forget that. Understood. I do think it'd be better if we had to flee, right? If that lesson was, like, actually important. But Ike is nerfing himself by not using Dragonel. The crazy part is he doesn't use it this chapter.
HB_the battle has just tipped $5. Give Mr. Sonic Sword so she can contribute to the duel.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, HP the battle. Let's forge. I thought I was gonna have a chance to finally make my own forge. Oh, it has to be iron because she can't get anything else. Okay, so Sonic? Sword. And the Sonic Sword is green, so it'll be the Sonic Sword. The Sonic Sword? It is funny because a lot of people don't know this, but training Mist is really the difference maker for this fight. Specifically training her bulk so she can heal Ike over and over. And fight the physic guy. The Sonic Sword? How much is the horse contributing? I mean, I don't think our Mist is able to do it, but you know, because what's our Mist's currently at? 7 defense? That might be enough. 33 HP, 7 defense, 18 res. That genuinely might actually be enough. Feed her every bulk stat booster. General Ike, please come with me. We're getting ready to have a war council and discuss tomorrow's battle. So the Black Knight's in this castle, is he? There's little doubt of it. That Bjork's a real handful. Even when I attacked him in cat form, I barely scratched him. It's his armor. It's apparently blessed by the goddess. Ordinary weapons, natural and no, can't damage it. Oh, that's just swell. How are we supposed to defeat him then, angry looks? Leave that to me. I've got a sword that should be effective against him. I don't like it, but I suppose we've no choice. We don't use weapons or shields. Those are Bjork tools for Bjork alone. Very well. If the villain in question appears, we'll leave it to General Ike. Now then, shall we determine who among us storms the castle? Ike, can I talk to you? Alright now, Miss. We're discussing battle strategy. I know, even so, please, it'll only take a moment. Mist, I promise I'll make time later. Please be patient and wait quietly. What is it, oh, beauteous one? I feel a bit dizzy. May I rest a moment? Oh, what foul deed is it that rears its head? By the gods of war, I do charge a heavy toll. Bewitch us! attack our very minds. The princess, she is faint and all tired. Forgive your humble servant this trespass. My dear Hawk, and bless me with your arm. Good folk, we shall retire for a spell. Of course, princess. Please rest and allow us to proceed with these preparations. Thank you, I'm sorry. What is it? Come on, miss. You realize the princess was making time for you to talk to me, don't you? Well, I thought I could talk to you later, but I changed my mind, and I wanted to talk to you now. I've been hoping to talk to you, too. I haven't heard very much from you since the other day. Yeah, I'm sorry. When you told us that story, I was so shocked. That's why... Part about Mother's death, and about Father, right? Uh-huh. It's only natural. So you've come to some kind of understanding with all that? At first I couldn't believe it. The stuff about the medallion and the revival of the Dark God? None of it sounds real. It was everything about Father and made it even more unbelievable. That's all I could think of, but I didn't want to think anymore. It made my head hurt. You and me both missed. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't even sleep. I would just lie awake at night and stare at the tent walls. Yeah, I was the same way. I guess my body finally reached its limit last night, and I fell asleep. When I woke up this morning, I don't know, it was all gone. I only had one emotion left. One emotion? What is it? It's hard to say. Sympathy, I suppose. For Mother? Uh-huh, and for Father. I think more for him than for anyone else. Father and Mother were in love, weren't they? And then the medallion, it made Father, what'd you say, go berserk? When he returned to himself, he found Mother. When Father died, it hurt so much. I thought I was gonna die. Father must have felt the same. He must have felt even worse. I think you're right. And Father kept it all to himself, too. Mother, the medallion, being hunted, he never said a word to us. It was his burden alone. The man who killed Father was the knight we saw in Portoja, right? The one in the black armor? Yes. You're gonna fight him, aren't you, for Father? Yes, I am. That's one thing I won't let anyone else do in my stead. Trying to stop you is pointless, I know. If I were stronger, if I were a sword fighter, I'd be doing the same thing. Missed. But you must keep your promise. You promised to lead the company in Father's place and protect me. If you go and get yourself killed, I'll never forgive you. I understand. That's why I'm not gonna lose. I know. How are you feeling, princess? That was a lie. I'm not feeling unwell at all. I'm sorry I fooled you. I knew it all along. It was for Ike and Mist, was it not? It would appear, my dear princess, you care for them greatly. I witnessed the death of both my father and mother. Soldiers fell one after another, and then I was separated from Joffrey. It was Ike and his friends who rescued me. If not for them, I'd be surely dead by now. My lord Ike and Mist too. I know the pain they know the pain I carry with me. The pain of losing one's parents in a war. That may account for why the two of them, right from the beginning, were so warm and friendly. They gave me the support I needed to survive. Mist and I have continuously encouraged each other to go on, so they rescued you and your patrons. There are those among the soldiers who complain in jealousy of Ike's situation. It's a trivial matter. We retainers of House Crimea find this general very much to our liking. Bastion, I'm pleased to hear it. Enough plain speaking. I must ready my silver tongue anew. Shall we return to the council? Yes. Foreshadowing Alundite Mist. I thought Mist was a sword fighter. She's a Valkyrie. Sir Knight, the Crimean army will renew their assault on the castle momentarily. The troops we face are not the half-breeds we fought yesterday. It is the army that bested General Bertram. They are not what one would call an easy opponent. Resolve it. I beg your pardon? Hafid, you are in command. The castle defenses are on your shoulders. I have business with the general in it. Understood. Is that Ragnell, or are you happy to see me? This entire bit is wild when you realize that's somehow just his armor. Yeah! In the Japanese? Wait! No, you're right! Is everyone ready? The castle's strength is bolstered with reinforcements for the capital. We must strike now before any more can arrive. If the Black Knight appears, don't try to engage with him. He's mine. I'll take care of him. Alright, first off, Ulki, I'm sorry, you're not making it to the party. But otherwise, I think this is the squad. Like, with the death of Titania, oh, instead of Bastion, we'll do Riss. Yeah, this seems good. Okay. Mia goes over here. Is that really our only hammer? That's unfortunate. Jill is a heavy lance, right? Alright. Unfortunately, hammers don't work against the Black Knight in this game. I wasn't for the Black Knight. There's a ton of generals over here I was gonna have Boyd fight. Yeah, and I think you're right. Let's just to be safe, give Mist all of our bulk boosters. If only mages were good against armors. Worth it. It'll be amusing for Mist to get $50 after all of the stat boosters. Hey, I mean, every little bit counts towards Mist's death. She also got a forge, so, you know. Smiley face. Is that for Colossus or for Mist dying? We have so many skill scrolls. Yeah, I kind of just haven't assigned them. I was saving skill scrolls and stat boosters in case like someone ridiculous got like force deployed on me. I must leave for the night. I hope the Black Knight fight goes well. With the power of Colossus, we cannot fail. Is Braum dead? Yeah, Braum died. Braum died during Clash. After getting 20 levels of BXP, Braum died during Clash on turn fucking 1. Which is honestly quite incredible. What a loser! By the way, do the reinforcements in 27-2 show up if Mist is dead? Yeah, they do. Because one of them is a Physic Priest. And that guy, like, he makes the fight relevant. That's why you gotta train Mist. Imagine sucking so much you don't get reset upon for turn 1. I mean, I still have the 20 levels of BXP Nephany as well. You know, people paid for a lot of BXP characters. Does Alencia die to the cat, do y'all think? She doesn't die to the cat. There's a Siege Tome here, though. Bolting, 28 attack versus 18 res. Yeah, so she can get this kill. If she hits one of these. There we go. I'm trying to think who else would need to be BXP'd if force deployed. I mean, Soren's still alive. That's a fan favorite. We did give a lot of BXP to Marsha, even though she wasn't force deployed because she's good. We need a mage to actually survive this. Hey, Khalil and Bastion are fine. Khalil and Bastion are fine. And Risk, you know, he's not a mage, but he basically is. Why are you actually using Alencia? Flying Staffer. I don't know, Kanto Staffer. Like, there's no reason not to. I mean, like, look at that! She dealt 0 times 2, but the weapon durability didn't go down because it's infinite durability. So, you know, that seems pretty good. Not having to waste weapon durability seems good. Wouldn't you agree? This is the Sonic Sword that you paid for, by the way, HP the Battle. This is the Sonic Sword? Question mark? Hope that 9 damage is worth it. Alencia is worth Titania, Astrid, and Braum all combined. Yo! That's the power of the Sonic Sword? I guess if you're going to be a why not unit, being a staffer with a staff rank. Yeah, she's got A rank staffs. I'm pretty sure. But I don't know, this is just a chill playthrough. I think we can afford to use Alencia. It's fine. Be careful, this thief has the double bow. We need to kill him or we won't get the double bow. I wonder if her being hard to protect is only in Clash? Oh, you mean because she's a game over condition? I mean, like, Clash is an awakening map where everyone is immediately aggressive, so I do think it's harder to protect her on Clash than other maps where there's, like, actual terrain and you can keep her outside of enemy range, but I also think people overstate the difficulty of protecting her in Clash as well. We need the double vote for Shannon. Wait, I mean for Astrid. Wait, I mean for Oscar. Wait, I mean... You know Astrid and Oscar can't use it. We actually don't have any characters who can use the double bow. Because it can literally only be used by... Great Ether! It can only be used by, snipers. It can't be used by mounted units. Did Rolf die? Oh, right! We can give it to Rolf! Wait, we can give it to Rolf! I forgot. I forgot we fucking, like, trained up Rolf. I already forgot. Does Rolf have a bow rank? A bad bow rank in addition to bad stats? He starts at E rank, but he's also around the entire game, so, like, getting his bow rank to S is not bad if you're training him. Ours probably has it. Nice. There we go. Okay. And now they all stare at the screen. Vantage! Ah, no Vantage Gaming. Sad. How's everyone doing tonight, by the way? You excited for the Black Knight fight? I think we Brave Axe here. Oh, that's not enough. We did get a cancel cult. Oh, no, wait. Right, we quad. I'm used to Har being slow. I just didn't even realize he quadded. I spent this afternoon messing around with OBS. Interesting. What are you working on OBS for? I'm gonna watch what I can. I try to go to bed at a consistent time. That's healthy, though. That's healthy, though. I'm going to V2. Are you, signing up with an agency? Or are you just doing sort of freelancey stuff? That's exciting. The Zappers. $23 match! Ike needs some healing. Mist, get some practice heals in. I gave her the recover staff so she can recover Ike during the Black Knight fight. There we go, double crit, baby. Indie is probably better. I know that VTuber agencies are kind of, not great. To put it, you know, a little bit lightly. Well, the Holy Guard's fucked. Well, the Holy Guard's fucked. Go to sleep. How the fuck do you open a door by stabbing it? I mean, have you ever tried, like, just smashing a door down with a sword? Would probably be successful. I would assume. Great Ether! Yo, I didn't know Ether could miss. That's wild. I didn't know Ether could miss. Today I learned someone can dodge the first hit of Ether. Yeah, I know that, like, Astra, right, isn't guaranteed, but I just assumed Ether like, was guaranteed. The more you learn, I guess. I remember the days of crit overwrites hit. Yeah, I mean, that's also not true, but, you know, skill procs, usually skill procs only go off, like, when you're gonna hit, except for Fates, where Fates has skills that can miss, but usually, that's not the case, so, I don't know. Goodbye, Holy Guard. Yo, the dodge tank! And a crit! Colossus! Yo, we got a Colossus! We got a Colossus! Colossus counter at 1! Nice crit, loser. Is Boyd fat? I'm pretty sure Colossus does, like, almost no extra damage. Oh, that's unfortunate. I wonder if Colossus has ever been impactful, or is it just haha moments? It's like +2 damage. I don't think it's ever impactful. What's Boyd's strength? 25. Sorry, 26. Colossus is +7 damage. It also only works when he has more weight than the enemy, and he only has 12 weight! He only has 12 weight! What a meme skill. It is such a meme. Do you prefer chests from open the adjacent tile or the same tile? That is something that I have no opinion over. Like, I genuinely do not think I could care less. So, you know, could be either. I get why it's different, too, because in GBA, the way that tiles work, like, they're sort of, you know, the way they're drawn on, it works for standing on, but then here it's like a 3D model, so you can't stand on it, so, like, that's why, you know, it's just, in 3D, they can't have you stand on the chest, but in GBA, they can. But I think as long as it's functional, it's fine. You know, and they're both functional. Y'all, tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day. Did you know that? It's also the anniversary of my vaginoplasty, which is more important. I get it, but how do they not let you stand on the ballista? Well, you stand on the operating tile. For what it's worth. Happy Vaginiversary. I'm thinking of streaming. So, I have 2 ideas for what to stream. I want to hear which one y'all think is better. I'll probably still go with the one I'm thinking of right now. But there's Don't Stop Girly Pop. Is a recent indie game that I think could be fun to stream. Good job, miss. Fucking proud of you, girl. But yeah, Don't Stop Girly Pop. Is like a, you know, for the whole, you know, vagina of it all. But then I also thought it might be fun to stream Balatro. Because it's St. Patrick's Day, so, you know, it's luck, right? So I didn't know how y'all felt about any of that. Why are the doors not doubleable? I mean, have you ever been faster than a door? Colossus! Colossus counter number 2! Sadly, my door win rate is 0 out of 7. Yeah, let's kill this guy. No more sleep staff. Wary fighter is when the unit installs a doorknob in their armor. Why are there keys in this game? I mean, chest keys are so you don't have to deploy a thief. Door keys are basically like, because it takes multiple turns to break a door. Meanwhile, these yellow units are fucking obsessed with the tiger they cannot damage. Does she double? Okay, thank God. Now they're gonna go somewhere else. Who will win? A legion of Pegasuses or one tiger? I'm hoping they head over to Har's corner. You really added a Y onto my question. You can't read? I'm sorry, I hit my head. I'm like focusing on a video game. And I think until you try it, you don't actually know how hard it is to pay attention to both chat and a game at the same time. Like, I don't know. I misread your question. I'm sorry. No need to be mean. Oh, I can't even double them because my name is fucking Har. Fucking Har. Well, the Pegasus are gonna get obsessed with the cats now. Didn't Radiant Dawn just not program in text for being broke? Oh, with the Volk door thing? Yeah. It's kind of funny, but I think it's understandable, to be honest. Like, there's literally only one chest that he can unlock. I suspect that the mechanic wasn't even intended. That it was just a holdover from Path of Radiance coding or something. Like, that's my suspicion, is rather than them forgetting the message, I think they didn't, like, you know, I don't have any evidence for this, but that's what I think, is that they didn't even mean to leave it in like that. I think that would make a lot of sense, if that's how it was. It is funny. It is funny. Like, I'm not saying it's not funny. I just, I also don't think it's a big deal, right? Like, you know, it's just like a little fun fact, I guess. Fun fact, gamers. Did you know Volk canonically is a dummy? silver lands. I had a Volk unit in my hack. He's a sage that uses 5% of your gold supply. 5% of your gold? That's absurd. That's so much. That's so much gold. .5% is quite a bit. Yeah, that's... I feel like that unit is... They better be damn good. And even then, you know, might not be worth it. Oh, Jill might die to the combination of Siege Tomes. Spendthrift, this unit is just greedy. We're almost through this wall. Tanith is almost capped. Yo, transfers Tanith, smiley face. Blah. Blah. Oh my god, the physic guy. Are there enemies who can attack your gold supply, maybe in FE4? There are, actually. Enemy thieves will steal your gold. All of it, if they ever hit you. But each unit has their own individual gold, so you know. Not a huge deal. If Feral 1 is such a good enemy type, why no Feral 2? You know, many people are asking this. Dead Lord Porcus is a thief fighter. Yeah, Porcus can steal it. Tomahawk you. The Tomahawk and the Timahawk. Kill the meteor guy. Take care of that problem. Bring back the abort staff from Super Thracia. What's the abort staff? Does that just kill someone? Like, is it like an abortion, but like a a post-birth abortion? Post-birth abortion is such a funny concept. Like, yeah, I've decided I didn't want to have a baby. It's just murder at that point. It's just murder. Remove unit from the map. Enemy only 1 to 5 range. So it is just a post-birth abortion. As long as we're all on the right page about it. I was gonna make an edgy joke, I refrained. Is it edgy like it would be funny, or is it edgy like it would be offensive? Because I do like edgy jokes, as long as it's not, you know, there's a difference between edgy and, like, you know, bigoted or whatever. But I'm not sure how chat feels about them. You know, sometimes I think I'm, like, you know, the wokest person in the room. And then I, like, encounter people more, like, I don't want to say more left, because sometimes it feels kind of performative, right? This is probably gonna get me in hot water, but, you know, it's 11:30. We'll go off. I do think that sometimes there is a tendency amongst those of us on the left to sort of be woker, be more progressive, to find a way to justify the idea that so-and-so is not actually, you know, a true progressive or whatever. Or, like, why, you know, XYZ art is secretly problematic, or XYZ person should be, you know, scorned or whatever. And I'm not the first person to talk about, like, to notice this phenomena. And to be clear, it's, like, it is an online thing, more than it is, like, a left thing, right? 50% people left don't do shit in real life and then bark. And I also, like, I hesitate to say, because, like, saying it's people on the left feels a little bit inaccurate, because I do think to some extent it is performative. The most recent instance that got me thinking of this is I think I have discovered, and I know that this is a high bar, but I think I've discovered the worst Tumblr post of all time. It was last night when I was trying to sleep, I was doom scrolling, and I found a post where someone was talking about the video game Stardew Valley. And, like, I want to clarify, I have not played Stardew Valley, so there might be context that I'm missing. However, I do not think that the context I'm missing will justify the claim that anyone who plays or enjoys or has ever played or ever enjoyed Stardew Valley is actually a white supremacist. So, I suspect that that is not something I will, you know... So, it was like, there were like, I want to say like 20 or 30 people on this post just kind of circle jerk, patting themselves on the back for how progressive they are for recognizing that Stardew Valley is like dangerous. You know, a KKKOZY cozy game. Like some of the craziest stuff you've ever seen. And, you know, like, I do think, you know, speaking as a white person, right, I think that when people of color say, you know, that something is racist, that you know, don't realize or whatever, you should listen, you should, you know, try to figure out what's going on or whatever. This was not that. This was a group of, as far as I could tell, predominantly white people. I guess virtue signaling would be the word for it. You know, I know that's a word that's been sort of hijacked by conservatives, but it is a thing that, I mean, it's a thing that everyone does, right? And conservatives do it as well, where you signal that you have the correct values, right? You know, I'm not woke. I don't play Stardew Valley because Stardew Valley is, racist, homophobic, and polyamory phobic. The racist part is that Stardew Valley's farm exists on stolen land. And when someone asks for clarification as to what that meant, and this person even said, like, I believe you, I just don't know, like, can you explain? I've never played the game. That did not go over well. You know, you can't ask for clarification on something that you don't know. You're part of the problem then. But, the answer was the developer of Stardew Valley lives in the United States. Therefore, the developer of Stardew Valley believes in Manifest Destiny. Already I have an eyebrow raised at that. Therefore, the fictional world of Stardew Valley, despite this being a thing that is never, like, stated in anywhere in the game or whatever, it takes place on land that was stolen from indigenous Americans. You know, it's in a fantasy world, but it's a fantasy world where these indigenous Americans were, and the land was stolen from them. And we just know that because Concerned Ape lives in the United States. My head is starting to explode from this take. Don't worry, wait until you hear why it's homophobic. The game is homophobic because you can choose to be gay in it. I'm not joking. That is the take. The game is apparently homophobic, and, like, I recognize that I'm kind of feeding, you know, conservatives, you know, what conservatives will eat good with this because they can point to, like, the crazy liberals or whatever. But I'm sorry, like, you know, it's not my fault. It is, basically what they said is you can choose to be gay, but you don't have to be gay, which is homophobic. Which, like, I think that there is, so, I think there is a genuine conversation to be had around avatar sexual characters, right? The existence of avatar sexual as opposed to, like, actually gay or straight or whatever, and how that can detract from representation. However, I think that boiling it down to you can choose to be gay, therefore it's homophobic is, kind of silly. Ace people, what's that? Wait till you hear why it's polyamory phobic. Because if you thought it couldn't get worse. Oh boy. So the game is apparently polyamory phobic because you can start a relationship with multiple people, and there's an item you can use, and if you use that item, then it is a polyamorous relationship, and nobody accuses you of cheating because there's the understanding that that's allowed within the relationship. If you do not use that item, then it's a monogamous relationship, and there is a cutscene wherein the two people confront you for unfaithfulness. So basically, you can choose whether your character is polyamorous or monogamous. I think that is like one of the you know, if I'm understanding it correctly, right? Then that sounds like actually one of the more, you know, accepting of polyamory things of video games. Most games just, you know, pretend it doesn't exist. But apparently choices are bad. Apparently choices are bad. That's the lesson I learned from this. So anyway, yeah, I like I say, I know it's a high bar, but I'm fairly certain I found the worst Tumblr post ever. That's not true. You use the rabbit's foot to get lucky and never get caught. Nobody in the relationship is being poly. Okay, so am I misunderstanding? Because, again, I'm reading this through... Like, I've never played Stardew Valley. Like I said at the start, I've not played Stardew Valley, so it's very possible I'm just misunderstanding. I'm reading it through several layers of, like, the most fucking obnoxious and hostile people you have ever seen. Someone asked, because it was a vague post, right? Nobody ever said the name Stardew Valley, but they had a hashtag, and the hashtag said fuck Stardew Valley, but you can only see the hashtag on mobile, you can't see it on desktop. So someone asked, what game are you talking about? And the response was, why didn't you check the hashtag on mobile? And they were like, I just wanted to know what game it was. I can't see it on the version that I'm... Like, I can't see the hashtags on the version of the website I'm using. And they doubled down and got mad, about this person not knowing what game was being talked about. They're like, I just want to know what the conversation is. But apparently that's too much, right? Are we gonna win the video game today? We're just doing this chapter. We're just doing this chapter. If you don't have the rabbit's foot, they confront you because you lied to them. Okay, so you are not in a polyamorous relationship? Am I understanding that correctly, or am I wrong? I'm confused. Yes, there's no polyamory. Okay. I choose to believe this is rage bait. If it were just the initial post, I would say yes. But the number of people just sort of, you know, circle jerk patting themselves in the back. Someone said that they knew they were unsafe around their college classmates because those people played Stardew Valley. You're not in a polyamorous relationship, you're just cheating. So then, wouldn't it be accurate to say that the people on Tumblr who described that as polyamory are actually polyamory phobic or you know, whatever. I don't know if that's the right term, but that's the term they were using. appears this is the end. Ugh. Yo, another Colossus scroll! This is about a game that's about a decade old. It felt like trying to find problems. Like I said, it felt like it fit into the sort of the pattern that I see oftentimes. And this happens everywhere online, but I do think it is most common on, you know, progressive or faux progressive spaces online, wherein, you know, you achieve status by proclaiming issues with others, whether that be, you know, a work of art or a YouTuber or, you know, a celebrity or whatever, and implying or outright stating that anyone who still enjoys said thing is also a problem. Like, they're somehow morally lesser for that. And I also think, like, even if, you know, let's say everything they claimed, you know, the Manifest Destiny Stardew Valley was true. It's not, but let's say that, I think that we need to be, I think part of being a fucking adult and part of being able to engage with and enjoy art is recognizing that no art, or it's very, very rare that a piece of art will resonate with you 100% and be perfect, right? And I think you need to be able to, you know, acknowledge the sort of, like, problematic aspects in things that you enjoy. And I do think sometimes you can sort of draw the line, you know? I think if someone says, like, Birth of a Nation is their favorite film, I'm gonna raise an eyebrow at them. But, like, I also think you can say something like, hey, Die Hard is a deeply conservative film. Also, Die Hard is a really fucking good action film. So even though politically I find it quite gross, it is still a fun watch and I'll keep watching it, right? I think that just part of being an adult is you're in a world where not everyone shares your values. In fact, I guarantee you, almost no one shares all of your values, right? Finding something that speaks to you, finding art that speaks to you, it doesn't need to speak to 100% of you. You can still get enjoyment from it, whether that be, you know, just plain visceral enjoyment or have it, like, you know, something more profound without it being perfect. The one I seek is beyond these doors. Don't follow me. I'm going in alone. Ike, wait, I'm going with... No, Soren. We have to let him go alone. The Black Knight is his. Ike must take in... defeating him is a crucial step that Ike must take in order to truly get over the death of his father. Idiocy. I'll hear no more of this naive nonsense. What if something happens to him? What then? I think Ike has gained the composure to keep calm and judge whether or not he can match an opponent. If, in fact, he can't, it means he's reached his full potential. That's all there is to him. We just have to accept that. But I believe in Ike. I trust him. His life is not his alone any longer. I don't believe he's so irresponsible as to leave his companions behind by choosing to engage in a contest he cannot win. Please, Soren. You must feel that way, don't you? I don't like it. Sometimes bravery and good judgment aren't enough. Commander Grail, watch over your son. Why do you return to Crimea? You had the perfect opportunity to escape. I'm going to the capital. No, you are not. The king has ordered me to put an end to you. I thought as much. So be it, I'm prepared. Will you not resist? I do not believe I could prevail against one of your power. How extremely frank. My only wish is to be beside the one I love. If that is not to be, then it matters not what happened to me. My last act of compassion. I shall make you end a swift and merciful one. Do you have any final words? If you see Nasir, tell him that Enna was sorry. If I have the opportunity, I will tell him so. Rest in peace. My love. Turn and face me, Black Knight. I've been waiting for you, child. Did you kill that girl? Despite my promise, the blow was not clean. She still breathes. I'll take her. You'll have to do so by force. You brought the sacred sword Ragnar, did you not? It's right here. Using it is the only condition I need to fulfill to defeat you. I will not hesitate. It appears you've grown smarter. Good. There's no challenge in killing a fool. Shall we begin? Brother! Mist, no, stay back! I will fight you! I'll never let you kill my brother! Missed you. Gawain's daughter, eh? Good. Now I can finally pull out the entire family tree by the root. You're not to interfere, miss. This craven wretch is mine. Do as you will. This time we begin in earnest. Will you flee? How appropriate. Tuck tail and run, child of Gawain. It is what dogs do best, after all. I like how you tremble with fear at the realization that you are no match for me. It suits you. Foul villain! I do not flee. I'll never turn away. I'll never turn my back on you and run away. Ike! Is that you, Nasir? What are you doing here? Ike! I'll take over from here. Hurry and leave this place. You know I can't do that. Besides, the Black Knight can't be defeated, not without this blade. I can't allow you to die here. Please, take care of that girl, Anna. Nasir, I didn't expect to see you there. What a fool. Aha! Oh, Nasir! We get epic Nasir combat scene though. Roar! Yet, that's not nearly enough. What's this? It can't be. This entire castle. I can't move. This can't be happening. Ike, now's your chance. Take Enna. Take care of Enna. Nasir! Nasir! And then the castle collapses. Ike, she's awake. Good. How are you feeling? Where am I? In our camp. You saved me, didn't you? Why? Because Nasir asked me to. What? Where is he? I must speak to him. Nasir is dead. What? He protected me and engaged the Black Knight. The castle fell around them both. Is that so? So, it wasn't a dream. Just who were you to him? Why are you serving King Dane? I'm Enna. Nasir was my grandfather. You're Nasir's granddaughter? It seems impossible for Bjork to believe it, but we of the Dragon Tribe lived for thousands of years. Once we reached a certain maturity, we showed no further outward signs of aging. 1,000 years. I can't begin to imagine. And, about Nasir. You must be aware that he betrayed you. And yet you saved me, I, who had once been your enemy. Why? Nasir helped us time and time again. No matter what, I couldn't see him as a true enemy. If there's reasons for all of this, would you tell me about them? I'd like to send help in Nasir's stead. I can't tell you now. That's not the answer I was hoping for. However, in payment of my debt to you, I can provide information. I will tell you where the Heron Princess is being held. Ah, that's a good start. Is this the non-canon outcome to the death, according to Radiant Dawn? Yeah, this is the non-canon outcome. Nasir's alive there, and also the Black Knight was defeated, like, in his dialogue, because he's the ghost. So, we're gonna do our Enna unit review. We'll do an Enna unit review, you know? Close things out with that. Where is she? Oh, do you have to leave, you have to start the map. So, Enna! She's actually force deployed, I think? No, she's force deployed. Okay, if Enna is alive, she's force deployed on the final map. But if she dies here, obviously she's not, right? It's a lot like Myrrh in FE6. But Enna's a Dragon Lagoose. She's the first and only red dragon you get. She has Renewal, Miracle, and Boon. Boon in particular is useful because it can heal people, like restore sleeping units. And there's some sleep users on this map. In Maniac mode, there's a lot more, but there's some sleep users. In general, Enna is, I mean, so like, you know, Enna is the punishment for the fact that we lost the Black Knight. So she's worse than the alternative, Nasir. She's the growth unit. She has worse transformation bonuses. I'll get her transformed so you can see. But this is what she looks like transformed. I think this is probably just the easiest way to show it off, right? This is what she looks like transformed. These stats are, like, pretty alright. Remember, though, stuck on 1 range, stuck on Lagoo's gauge. She deals, like, 3 damage to Ashnard, if even. Let's see, 35 attack versus... Ashnard's got, I think, 30 defense? So she deals 5 damage. 19 speed is slow. Yeah. Worth noting, she can one-rot Ashnard with the Wrath Resolve combo. Because she and Ike are the only, well, and Nasir, are the only characters that can deal damage to Ashnard before you defeat Ashnard the first time. The Royals can do it, but the Royals can only do it in, like, after you've already proven you can beat him, right? Give her Wrath Resolve. Yeah, I mean, only if you give her Wrath Resolve, the best skill combo in the game. We could, like, that would be kind of funny, I think. But in general, I don't think she's very good. Mostly because she's around for 2 chapters, and, like, the job she's supposed to do, killing Ashnard, she does not outpace his renewal. Like, you have to have her and Ike work together. She needs a Javelin PRF. But, like, compared to, you know, my Bjork unit, she has better stats. And even if you give her the Demi-Band, which will nerf her stats, she's got still pretty good stats, aside from the speed, which is a problem. And luck, which is a problem. But hey, you know, Miracle with 14 luck, smiley face. Renewal and Boon are fine, though. They're good. Again, it's mostly underwhelming, not because, like, on this map, she's fine. It's underwhelming because against Ashnard on the final map, she performs poorly. But, you know, what are you gonna do? That's the punishment for failing the Black Knight fight. If only we hadn't failed the Black Knight fight. Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? You didn't think I was giving up, did you? We Aether in this shit. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. It's cinema time, baby! Oh wait, fuck, that's the wrong... Oh, fuck! The fact they let you do that is so evil. I just double-clicked the wrong one. Worth noting, you can only ether from one range, so you have to do one range gaming. What an odd fate. This will be the third time I have defeated you. The first was in the forest of Gallia, the second at Delbray in Crimea. We've met twice and I've lost twice, but the third time will be different. Oh? My sword fighting skills were given to me by my father. If I stay true to them, I cannot lose. Did you never think to question that you were using your father's techniques on the man who killed him would be futile? My father robbed himself of using his stronger arm. If he had, he would not have lost the likes of you. Huh, you think so? Let us test if you are stronger. Then let us test your stronger arm then. Come, son of Gawain, show me your strength. No ether, no ether. Sad. Sad no ether. Get ready to get smoked by Luna. Yeah, Luna also can proc it, Luna also can proc at one range, so, you know, it's a little unfortunate. The odds with Ether are actually not terrible as long as Mist is able to survive, but we do need to Ether, right? Like, that's the thing. We need to get as many Ethers as we can. I'm not resetting, by the way. I'm only doing one duel attempt. But I wanted to, you know... I mean, first off, I thought the fake out would be funny. The thing is, he can't attack, because then he dies, right? Ike not escaping the weak lord allegations. It's not even weak lord problems. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? Protect the Black Knight. Do not interfere. This man is my prey. I need no assistance. Oh, then, hey, get that girl. Kill her before she flees. Get out of here, Mist. No, I'm not leaving you. I can protect myself. I won't run away. Black Knight is the biggest aura farmer in the franchise. Everything he says is engineered to be the coolest thing that anyone could say. I should have given Ike the angelic robes instead of Mist. Ike with no elixir is probably cooked. No, Mist, we have Mist on our side. Physic and recover and mend. The biggest problem is, like, it's just fucking RNG dependent. Like, he just needs to proc ether, but he doesn't want to. I think it's like, what, 2 ethers or something stupid? Another goddamn Luna! Can you land a fucking hit, you moron? We're gonna lose to the timer. We're gonna lose to the timer. Like, that's what, the timer is what makes this bullshit, by the way. He's missed twice. What is his hit rate with the Ragnell? 69! Fucking balls! Is it like a biorhythm moment or something? You need 2 ethers. So we literally can't. We lose to the timer. I wanted to Nasir unit review. I wanted to do a Nasir unit review. I mean, look, we can do the Nasir unit review without Nasir on screen. Nasir is slightly better at the job that Anna can't do very well. That's the Nasir unit review. If you get incredibly lucky, you win the lottery, then you get Nasir. People say... Yeah, it's turn 5. I guess we go for it. If we ether twice in a row, we win. Or you can cheat with save states. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. Well, we die. Well, we die. Get, like, defense or something? But yeah, basically Nasir sucks. Or rather, Nasir's like, you know, he sucks because Anna sucks, right? He's better at being Anna, but he's still just not good at fighting Ashnard. My sort of pet peeve is people... It's because they're quoting fucking Mecha, too. But people say, like, oh, actually, Anna is better than Nasir because if you get Anna, it means your Ike is too weak for the Ashnard fight. But if you don't get Anna, if you get Nasir, then your Ike is strong enough for the Ashnard fight. But that's a load of malarkey. Ike doesn't fail the Black Knight fight because you got unlucky. Or Ike doesn't fail the Black Knight fight because he's weak. Ike fails the Black Knight fight because it's an RNG dependent fight. Anna is worse than Nasir because she is the punishment for failing the Black Knight fight. The sort of backwards logic of if a capped Ike were like actually capable of reliably beating the Black Knight, then maybe that backwards logic would make sense. But it doesn't because it is all RNG dependent. Like even a capped strength Ike needs to proc ether twice, and the odds of doing so are incredibly low. The biggest way to boost Ike's odds, like, the funny thing is, the biggest way to boost Ike's odds of success against the Black Knight is not to train Ike and make Ike stronger. It's to train Mist, because you can't take your time in this fight. After 5 turns, the fight ends and the tower collapses. Nasir shows up. And we just get the cutscene that you get from fleeing, right? So, versus Ashnard, there is no timer. You can just take as many turns as you need healing. And Ike's gonna be able to wear him down, whether you go with Aether or Wrath Resolve. Ike's equally competent at taking, or not equally competent, like obviously it's better to go with Wrath Resolve, but an Ike that got Anna didn't get Anna because his stats were shit. He got Anna because you rolled bad RNG. Anna can't do what Mecha says she can do. Well, no, Anna, like, again, Wrath Resolve Anna can run round Ashnard. But that's not Anna doing it, that's Wrath Resolve doing the heavy lifting, right? And Wrath Resolve Nasir can also one round Ashnard. Capped Ike is reliable with Wrath Resolve. You literally cannot have Wrath Resolve going into the Black Knight fight. You literally can't, because you get Resolve on this map. So it's not reliable because it doesn't exist. There's no base to equip Resolve. Yeah. You can give Ike Wrath, but Wrath crits are not enough on their own. You saw he was dealing like 6 damage, and our Ike hasn't capped strength, But with capped strength, he's dealing like, what, 8 damage? Crits are not enough on their own. Like, you need the resolve boost. Because remember, Black Knight is healing through renewal, and there's a Physic Bishop who will heal him, which is why training Mist is like the more reliable thing. He says goodbye. The Black Knight actually says goodbye. Goodbye. Chat, should we do a second attempt, or should we just accept this as the Enna timeline? I'll start a poll. One more try, question mark. It's 50-50 right now, so your vote really matters. You could push the scales. Chat says one more try. Your Ike is getting 2 tapped. Yeah, so my Ike was, like, low on HP. That is true. Your Ike's HP also matters. Because if your Ike can survive 2 hits, which if I had given him the robes instead of Mist, then that would be the case, right? I think most Ikes are going to be, like, we're 1 HP, or we're 2 HP shy, right? I think most Ikes, if you gave Ike any angelic robe or any other bulk boosting item, he would be surviving. Well, unless Luna proc goes off, is the other thing. Because if you get Luna'd, then you get 2 tapped no matter what. Like, a Luna plus a non-Luna always kills. Always, always, always kills. We know this is a bad RN string, so we'll just burn a little. Chat voted one more attempt. I do want to have Nasir for the unit review, but I also don't care enough. Oh my Lanta. And Luna! This is a bad RN string! 69 is 80 and 2 RN. We do, however, have, we do have to not just hit the 69, but we also need to proc Ether. Which is like a 23%. Jesus Christ! How come you get all the proc skills? Our skill is 22. Ether is skill percent, I'm pretty sure. What the shit? We failed 3 30% in a row. How much skill does the Black Knight have? 30! He has 30! Jesus Christ. This is the worst! I fucking hate the Black Knight duel. Ike is just not allowed to hit Ether. Like, forget hitting 2 in a row. He can't hit a single fucking one to save his life. The Black Knight gets 1.5 million. Dodge. Because it's not a 100% hit rate. He has a dodge chance. Like, it's 89. Give Mist Ragnall at this rate. She would do better. At least you can leave this one and it's not a wipe, like a mandatory 58 hit against Ashura. This fight is better than doing the horrible ending to a peak map. If your Ike has 58% hit against Ashura, I'm not sure what you've done, unless you're playing on like 0% growths. In which case, you know, you've kind of done that to yourself. Ike shouldn't have that low hit against Ashura. Like, the hit rates aren't great, but 58% bad biorhythm. Just use the biorhythm staff. You get the biorhythm staff in the tower. Like, genuinely, just use the biorhythm staff. You have Micaiah. She can use it. Can we check Ike's biorhythm? Yeah, I'll check his biorhythm. He has good biorhythm right now. We're doing attempt number 3. If we can't get it in 3, then we can't get it. That's what I've decided. Oh wait, fuck. I did that wrong. What is this shit? Is the Luna just set in stone? Just use the Big Iron Trust. I ran out of money for Volk lockpicks. Soth is in the tower. Soth is in the tower for free. Why are you relying on Volk in the tower? Like, genuinely, why would you bring Volk to the tower, I guess is the other question. Because Volk is pretty abysmal. Dummy moment. I mean, you get 10 slots, right? Devote it to a unit who does actual combat. I do not listen to the Volk combat cope. Knives. I don't care if his base stats look impressive. He uses knives. The Radiant Dawn tier list will be out sometime this year. I got back to work on it. I've gotten about halfway through the Grail Mercenaries now. So, soon. Soon, TM. He has a niche on E-3 because Lethality Adept is a reliable dragon killer. I don't know what to say to that other than, no. Other than no. He's better than Stefan. I mean, that's a low bar, though. A lot of people are better than Stefan. Can't you reliably kill the dragons with Kurth if you're being stupid? Technically, Kurth, Naga, and Anna, yeah, they take 0 damage from dragons at all times. But, like, Wormslayer Stefan can also deal with the dragons, right? Like, if we're comparing to shitter units, reliably adept Gamble kills dragons better than 90% of non-royals. I think I can't take this conversation seriously, I'm sorry. Yo, an ether! Okay, okay, we're in business. No fucking shot! This fight is horseshit. This fight is horseshit. Oh wait, we gotta escape with Miss first for bonus experience. It's Batman the Dark Knight. Anyway, that's enough for tonight. Good night. Have fun with lethality gaming, I guess.